California Governor Gavin Newsom and the liberal news outlets in California are now touting a very suspicious study that claims that some of the safest cities are in California. Oh, yeah, California is a safe place to be in, right? No one's buying it. And coming up, I am going to fact check the so-called safe cities study that's falsely claiming that California somehow doesn't have a crime problem. I'll give you the real stats so you can spread the truth to your friends and family about why crime is not under control in the state of California. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator. And I hate it when politicians come right out and lie. And that's what you're seeing happen right now as Gavin Newsom, with the help of California's liberal media, are touting a dubious study that's easily rebutted. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to rebut it for you live during this podcast. I will go and I will give you line by line the data to absolutely disprove the garbage that is being peddled here, that somehow California has the safest cities in the nation. That's what they're claiming. And they're citing a bizarre outfit with a study. We've got a study. Studies say. You and I know the truth, and very soon I'm going to give you the receipts as to how to prove the truth to your friends and family. But first, I want to remind you that at Reform California, we are leading the charge to change the course of our state, to throw bad politicians out that coddle criminals, to pass reform-minded ballot measures like Prop 36 from 2024, the Make Crime Illegal Again initiative. Our work is not done by any stretch. We still have to elect better leaders at both the local level and the state level to crack down on crime. And we need to continue to pass reform-minded laws and ballot measures to give police and prosecutors the tools they need to keep us safe. Reform California is leading that fight, and we need your help. So go to the website, reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org, sign up at the bottom of the website, and chip in a contribution. So here's the study that's being cited by Gavin Newsom. Here's KTLA in Los Angeles. Study finds Los Angeles is second safest large city in the United States. Oh, joy. Boy, we can leave our doors unlocked at night. We can let our kids just, go to the playground without any concern whatsoever. Nonsense. Let me just say it and get ready to bleep. You know what I mean. Here we are. It goes out and with that headline, citing the city that you call home should feel exactly like that. Home. Ideally, it should be a place where you can feel comfortable going out about your day, knowing that you're safe while doing so. This can be tricky sometimes, particularly in some largest cities in the country. Some are safer than others, of course. And a new study from Smart Asset tried to determine which of the country's major cities are the safest. So anyway, they cite this group, Smart Asset. Have you ever heard of them? I haven't. There's some fly-by-night outfit. They're trying to get clicks on their stories, their so-called studies. They're probably peddling something like, I don't know, life insurance or, LifeLock protection or something. Anyway, the study was then cited by Gavin Newsom, of course. Things you won't be seeing on Fox today. And he's then retweeting KTLA's dubious headline. Study finds Los Angeles is second safest large city in the United States. So here is the actual study from Smart Asset. Again, they're selling. This is a company selling products. They're trying to get clickbait to their website. This is not a reputable outfit. This has not been peer reviewed. What they do is they publish a study and they're bashing on Donald Trump in their first few paragraphs about how Trump is going after big cities. They come out and they say, San Jose is the safest major city. What? San Jose? San Francisco ranks 37th safest. Washington, D.C. is ranked 40 out of the 50 cities. Chicago is 38 out of 50. That's not bad, right? Okay. So what did they do? Here are the rankings. Instead of looking at violent crime, which was just one of their areas of analysis, they lumped in a whole bunch of other data sets, some of which are underreported, grossly underreported, when you live in a state like California where people don't call 911 for property crimes because they know that nothing happens in California. We've all been conditioned in the last 10 years to know that, yeah, property crimes are given no attention whatsoever. So they take violent crime and property crime. When you think about safety, it's really violent crime is the number one indicator. Drug overdoses. What? Someone overdosing on drugs is somehow a threat to your safety? No. Excessive drinking? Again, not a threat to your safety. Oh, but what about drunk drivers, Carl? We're talking about violent crimes, intentional violent crimes. Traffic deaths, so bad car or bad drivers. Violent crimes reported. Property crimes reported. Median monthly housing costs. Median household income. Why are we looking at all these elements? Well, you look at a variety of data sets if you want to create a cloudy situation. So the first thing is the data sets that they've included go way beyond safety of one individual regarding violent crime. Secondly, you're talking about comparing big cities, the top 50 big cities. And when you say, oh, San Jose is the safest city in the nation, that's not true. It's one of the most dangerous cities in the nation, and I have the data to show you in just a moment. San Francisco is the 37th safest. That's like saying hell is a cool and comfortable place to hang out compared to, the center of the sun. The Mojave Desert in the middle of July is quite enjoyable. It's very cold there compared to the center of the sun. Again, when you say, oh, you're one of the safest cities, no, you're not safe in that city. That's comparing these big cities that have a lot of crime problems, and you're really not safe. So we go to actual indicators, and that is the crime rate, the violent crime rate in the United States. And I want to show you this chart here. The violent crime rate per 100,000 residents nationally is 374 per year. 374 violent crimes occur per year per 100,000 residents across the country. What I did was I took that number and I compared, based on FBI statistics, the crime rate in each of these big cities. None of them qualify as safe. They're dangerous. If you are having a violent crime rate that is higher than the normal average, you are not a safe city. You are the problem. You are not as safe in that city. You should not hang out there. You should not choose to move there if safety is your concern. So LA had 729 violent crimes per 100,000. That's 95% higher than the national average. Sacramento, 812 violent crimes per 100,000. That's 117% higher than the national average. San Francisco, only 60% higher. Oakland, 241% higher. San Jose, 39% higher. Long Beach, 30% higher. City after city after city in California. A very unsafe place to be. Now you might say, but Carl, things are getting so much better here in California. No, they're not. The violent crime rate in 2023 in California rose. It's still above pre-pandemic levels. The crime rate is up by 15.4% higher than 2019. This is the PPIC study that was released just last year. In California, we know why. We see police leaving our state because they're mistreated. They're not given the tools to do their job. They're constantly called racists and abusers of force. So there's a high vacancy rate, problems with recruitment and retention. We know in California that we've been releasing criminals back onto the streets with Prop 57, the early release initiative that the politicians snuck by. We know that we passed Prop 36 to give police and prosecutors back the tools to prosecute crime. Oh, but who's not funding it? Gavin Newsom. Headline in CBS News, no funding allocated for Prop 36 in Newsom's $322 billion state budget. Shameful. This is a guy who says, oh, I want to uphold the will of the voters. Prop 50, let's ask the voters what they think. You don't care what the voters think, Gavin Newsom. They overwhelmingly passed Prop 36 over your objection to give police and prosecutors back the ability to arrest and punish criminals. And what did you do? You ignored their vote. You basically laughed at the voters and decided not to fund Prop 36 that overwhelmingly passed in California, 67.8% of the vote, carried every county. But you don't care. And he has the audacity to sit there and say, oh, we're a safe state. Yeah, look at this. No, it's 15% higher violent crime than 2019. And we know that we have some of the worst crime-infested cities in the nation. Compare the national stats with the violent crime rate. And by the way, these studies that are out there and touted by the media, I mean, I just wish the media would stop it. It's all clickbait. This is Smart Assets study that I just shared with you. There's another one from Money Geek. They do the same crap. Notice these companies, they put out these phony surveys and they're selling products on their website. And yet the media just sucks this stuff up and reports it as gospel truth, false narrative. And then politicians, dishonest politicians like Gavin Newsom, get out there and click and share it for clickbait to try to create some narrative that somehow they've done a good job. No, Newsom has done the worst job when it comes to crime of any governor in the state of in the nation. And boy, he's got competition. I'm looking at you, Governor of New York. I'm looking at you, Governor of Illinois. We need to make sure that we get the truth out to voters. So I'm urging you to like this video, share it with your friends. These are the receipts. I give you the data. I don't give you a phony study, peddle it as truth from some company trying to sell you life insurance. I give you real data from the FBI, from the DOJ, from the real government databases. And those stats are irrefutable. Share the video and go on the website, reformcalifornia.org. Sign up to be part of our growing movement to take back California from the insanity of the far left, and chip in a contribution. Until next time, spread the truth. Don't be bamboozled by lying politicians and phony studies. I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.